Hey, what's up, guys? This is Higgins in Japan. This is the second part of an interview that I did with my friend Victor. So if you haven't seen the first part, please click on the link below. It'll take you to the first part, because otherwise it won't make any sense. Alright, catch you guys later. Peace. Yeah, so like for me, I wanted to be a teacher for a while.
Apply to different
And
jobs.
then, yeah, I applied to. I applied. So the place that I applied to, well, they came to me and said, we want you to work for us. And I was like, great. And they were like, oh, but we want you to pay off your student loans first. And I didn't have a job at the time. Like I was like right in between jobs. Like I was still in college. Like I had almost graduated at that point. But yeah. So they were like, we want you to pay off like the majority of your student loans, plus you have to raise money, like support money. Because that's like how a lot of those mission organizations work. You have to raise support money. And I was like, great, like I really want to work for you guys, but like I'm never gonna have my student loans paid off. I'm never gonna have that much money to like. So that was out the door. I was like, I can't like do that. I applied for another place that kind of does the same thing where they, you come over here and you work at a school. But like right when I applied, they stopped hiring in Japan and only went South Korea. So I was like, I can do South Korea for a year, but I like just didn't want to go to South Korea.
Yeah.
Like nothing against South Korea because I have
No.
friends that work in
South Korea is a beautiful place.
Yeah, like I have friends that have worked there before, and I have a friend that lives there now, and like he loves it, and like but when you kind of set on Japan or kind of set on a country, you only want to go there. So and then they never answered my email for like South Korea, so I was like, all right, whatever. And then I came across this place, like emailed them, didn't hear anything back for a long time, and I just happened to check my spam folder, and their email was in there. Was like, oh, we want to set up an interview with you.
That's cool.
So, and then got hired and stuff like that. So, but yeah. So
I'm glad you got hired though.
Yeah.
You're a cool dude.
Thanks. Oh
no. We started off on the wrong foot because you were sick forever.
I was like, I'm gonna get all these people sick, and they're gonna hate me. I'm not gonna have any friends. I'm trying to think of like what else. Well, what other advice do you think you can give to maybe either somebody that's coming to Japan that maybe wants to visit, and is not sure they want to be here? Like they have like maybe like because when I first came here I was 18, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I didn't really know. I just wanted to go to Japan because I thought it'd be cool, and then I like a week into my trip I was like I want to move here.
This is kind of like a general like anybody planning on visiting
Japan? Yeah, because a lot of my videos that I do are like
Japanese business.
Yeah, just like, hey, this is what I'm doing in Japan, and like, if you're here, like, go do this, or don't do this, or like, what is some advice that you would give to somebody visiting Japan?
If you're planning on coming to Japan, just kind of have an open mind, because it's nothing like most of us are used to. For the most part, it's like all completely different, and like, there's like a lot of like most of the stuff is good, I think. But like then again, we have interest in Japanese culture, so we're more open to stuff. But like, I don't know, it's kind of hard. Just try to have an open mind.
Have you run across picky eaters?
Well, not to like put anybody on blast, Mom. You can edit that part out.
Nope, it's staying in. You're in so much trouble.
Don't look at this video. No, I had like people like. It's really difficult. Not just like my visitor, but like I've heard like other friends that have had visitors and they're really picky eaters, and it's really difficult to like take them places because they're like, oh, anywhere's okay. Right. So you're like, oh, how about this place? No, I don't eat this. How about this place? No, I don't eat that. Have you ever tried it? No. Then how would you know? No, it looks weird.
Or trying to get substitutions on food.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that in Japan at all.
And then like.
It's just the way the food is served is the way that
you could do what my mom did is if you really hesitant about using chopsticks, bring a spoon. I mean, people are gonna look at you weird, but chances are not most restaurants, but some restaurants won't have like spoons and forks, especially if it's more typical Japanese. I don't know, just kind of come with an open mind. I mean, you're not gonna die from eating stuff unless it's like fugu.
Yeah, unless you eat fugu.
Fugu's like blowfish.
And it's prepared wrong, and then you die.
Yeah.
So you could die from eating Japanese food, but
for the most part, like you're not gonna die. I've had natto. You've had natto. You can look at our videos of us eating natto.
It's terrible.
It's horrible. But like I tried it, and now I can say I hate natto.
Right.
And then people won't be like, "Have you ever tried it?" I'm like, "Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I have. Look at my video on YouTube to prove to like."
Yeah. Well, that was kind of the way that I looked at Japan was like, you know, I'm gonna live here. I'm gonna try to experience everything.
Yeah.
Like about the culture, about the food. Even if I don't like it, I'll eat something just so I can then say, okay, I don't like this type of Japanese food.
Yeah.
That's fine. But yeah, I've run across some certain people that are just like, oh, I don't want to eat that because it's gross. Well, like try it. Like, and it's not like I found that like Japanese seafood is so much better than American seafood.
Yes.
Well, I mean, but
yes.
you're from Florida, like
no, but I hate seafood.
So do I, but
like,
I love it in Japan.
I'm from Miami, and people just assumed that like, oh, you're from Miami, you're next to the beach, you must love seafood. I'm like, no, I don't. But I was a picky eater, and then when I came to Japan, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try everything at least once.
Right.
So then like I started trying like stuff that just by looking at it, you're like, gross, that's nasty. But then you try it and you're like, oh man, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad, but I had whale. And it was amazing.
Oh
and
my gosh. Let's not talk about whale because
I asked for seconds and it was so good. So good. I felt like my heart broke a little bit because like I'm thinking of like freaking like Lolita the Killer Whale. That's like Miami reference probably. But it was so good. And like I would have never been able to experience that if I would have been like, ooh, no, it's whale.
Right.
So just give everything a try.
Yeah.
And also like one thing now that I remember, if you come to Japan, you got to remember that. I mean, it's really hard because we were raised a certain way with our own culture and stuff. But we're coming to Japan, so we have to kind of like. I don't want to sound like a little too rough, but like we can't be ethnocentric and stuff.
Right.
We can't be like, oh America, oh Canada, oh Australia, because we came to Japan into their culture, into their lives. So we have to try to be respectful of it. Yeah. So I know it's a little hard because like sometimes we complain about like, oh my god, Japan, why?
Yeah.
But for the most part, like we just accept things because we're the ones that chose to come to Japan. We're the ones that chose to live here. Yeah. So just the way like if Japanese people came to Japan, if Japanese people came to America, we would be like, oh my god, this isn't Japan, this is America. Yeah. Speak English. Do this. Don't be Japanese. Well, if you're gonna be like that, with foreigners that come to America, you gotta not be a hypocrite and kind of do the same when you come here. And please, like if you're gonna live in Japan for like more than 2 years, try to learn the language, because I just don't understand why people don't learn the language. I mean, it's not that. Yeah, I mean, it is hard. But
that's something that I wish I would have done a little bit like more diligently beforehand. Was like actually learn the language. Like I've picked up a lot since I've been here.
No, you have, dude.
And like I can kind of get around a lot
but
better.
I think you're making an effort.
But I mean, yeah, I'm not just like, oh, I'm not going to learn this language. I'm going to only speak English.
Because I've known people that like, they refuse to speak Japanese. And I'm like, you've been here for how many years?
Yeah.
And you don't speak Japanese? Like you can't even say like, you can't even order your food.
Right.
That's sad.
Anybody, you just point at the picture and go, kore.
It's easy.
That's all you gotta do.
It's easy. I've known people like they know I speak Japanese and they're like, "Can you order for me?" I'm like, "Really?
No.
Are you like a little kid?" I'm not like a jerk. Really, I'm not. I'm a wonderful person.
No,
I
but
just have things that bother me.
It's stuff that like you pick up while you're in Japan, and like it's part of being their culture. Like you kind of have to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like being American or being Canadian or being whatever.
I'm not saying don't be prideful. Just
right, but like there's something to be said about like trying to assimilate into society, and not that you have to like go and do everything that Japanese people do, but like don't like shut yourself off from that kind of stuff either.
I concur.
Yeah. So this was my interview with Victor, and so I wanted to thank Victor for showing me around Tokai for the past year, and now I guess it's kind of my turn to do the same.
It's passing the torch.
I know. There's
like no torch to pass. Torch.
We didn't have a... No, pass. You can
just
pass
want
me
my
here.
K-tie, though. Oh, okay, look. Here.
Yay. Pass the torch.
You think you could like help the new people get their phone, though?
No. No, I can. Because I helped my friend when he was here over the summer get his phone. And
tears of happiness. You're like the new Victor. But even cooler because you're
That's too much pressure.
Okay. I'm okay with keeping the Victor title. Victor, yes.
So, alright, well, I'm gonna go because I have a dinner to go to. That's why I'm kind of dressed up all fancy.
This is like my last night here. And you're kicking me out of your friggin' apartment.
I know. Like, get out!
Get out!
I got stuff to do!
Get out of Japan!
But, so check out Victor's videos. Like I said, I'll put the links below so you can check those out. They're really good.